Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Caitlin Clark just wrecked the entire WNBA. This one definitely shots fired in the direction of her coach. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all your support. Oh, hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Let's go. If you're enjoying the content, please do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have, check and see. YouTube likes to secretly unsubscribe people, okay? This is true. I know some of you know that because you've told me that it happens to you with this channel. But anyway, I did a video. I'm not sure if it's out yet or if you've seen it previously about some other comments Caitlin Clark made about what Stephanie White wants from her in terms of her passing. And I wondered if maybe Caitlin was throwing some shade at her coach. She is absolutely throwing shade at everyone with this. Now I know it's couched in the context of praise for Lisa Bluder at Iowa, as there should be. However, she gets into another aspect and comparing it to the professional level of the WNBA. So this is very interesting, especially if we think back to the beginning of when she got drafted and she talked about it being, about it being on another level and kind of praising the league and how different it is from college and everything. But listen to these comments. This is not quite a minute long. I want you to hear this. We're going to talk about it. Very curious as to what everyone thinks as well. Things are getting spicy in Indy.
Even our backup post players, I always think about how Coach Bluder ran practices and things, and I'm very fortunate looking back and now going to watch other colleges' practices and things like that. She really was so intentional about making sure everyone was on the same page and knew what they were doing and knew their role. In a way, when I talk to people about it, I joke she brainwashed people, not actually, but
no,
you
part of it is a little bit of
brainwashed into
Yeah.
Okay, if you drive here, you're going here and you're going here, and even now at the professional level, I'm how do people not know where to move? It blows my mind still. But I think it just makes me really appreciative of what Coach Bluder was able to do when we were at Iowa. She was so smart. She was able to construct a team and make sure everyone always knew what they were going to do, whether you were the smartest basketball player on the team or you weren't. You were always on the same page with your teammates. And
it's not
even.
All right, hold on. I want to play one part back. All right, let me go from here. Watch Sue Bird's face when Caitlin gets into the comments about on the professional level, okay?
Mine still, but I think it just makes me really appreciative of what Coach Bluder was able to do when we were at Iowa. She was so smart. She was able to construct a team and make sure everyone always knew what they were going to do.
Oops, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back and play. Now, I know I'm going to get some people mad in the comments.
Brainwashed into okay, if you drive here, you're going here and you're going here. And even now at the professional level, I'm how do people not know where to move? It blows my mind still. But I think it just makes me really appreciate.
Sue smiled at first, and did you see how her face changed? Look, I'm not a Sue Bird fan. I think she's a bit of a snake, but she's not dumb. And I think she thought it registered. She smiled and then it registered damn, Caitlin Clark just completely destroyed the entire WNBA. And she is right. And I think that is part of the problem with the offense in Indiana and people like Stephanie White having no idea what to do with Caitlin Clark because they can't get the players. Although, to be fair to some players in Indiana, and this is why I think we have to shout out some of these other players that we felt needed to be gotten rid of, that we screamed about, and me too. And they seemed, as the season went on in that second half, we know how good they look. They were starting to get Caitlin Clark style basketball, which, by the way, takes a lot more intelligence than the offenses you've seen run in the WNBA right now, which I think is the point Caitlin Clark is making. I think in the way she talked about how Lisa Bluder constructed practices, and then you go through to the end of that where she talks about the professional level and players still don't know where to go. She is absolutely criticizing coaching, and she's criticizing the players. And I think people were talking about this on some previous videos with the way the Fever have been playing and so forth, in terms of the fact that a lot of these players don't seem to actually be professionals, in that they don't put the time into developing their game. They do the bare minimum. Again, this is something I've had conversations with my younger players that I coach. And look, I get I'm going to put it out there because I know people will always go to the extremes. I'm not talking about the crazy parent who has their 8-year-old doing 35 hours of training in the backyard like it's a military boot camp. Okay. But when you get 11, 12, you hit your teens and you want to take a sport as far as you can or to another level, or you have goals, whether it's making high school varsity as a freshman or whatever it might, you want to make all county or all state, whatever it might be, you have got to do more than just show up for your 2 or 3 team practices during the season. You have got to have an off-season plan. You have got to have other things that you do on your own that get yourself ready, whether it is breaking down film. I promise you, these players are not spending time in the film room. And that is important at the professional level of a team sport. You need to be breaking down film. You need to be working on things. I saw something the other day, it might have been yesterday, where I think it was the Sky just gotten smoked by somebody. And after the game, Haley Van Lith, and I don't think she played, or she didn't play much, but she was out there after the game for a good half hour working on things. We all know that last year, Caitlin Clark did that a number of times as well, but we're not seeing anyone else. And I'm not saying that you have to be out and run a practice right after you played a game, but you see very few players doing this. Very few players are working on their game. They all use the excuse of, go do Unrivaled. None of them were working on their offseason game, though. And this is the result you get. This is why the offenses you see run are very limited. This is why they're still very old school and really very predictable. And they become effective because of the league and its physicality and what the refs let go. There was an example of the Phoenix game just the other night where DB, for whatever reason, is talking trash to Sophie Cunningham after hitting her first 3 since I think I saw somebody said it was the first 3 she's made since Obama was elected. No, wait, I'm sorry. No, there was other stuff with Sophie Cunningham. It was Lexi Hull, and the point I'm making to set aside the chirping was I have it here was the illegal. I think multiple. I think we have multiple illegal picks here by Alyssa Thomas. Okay, that was an illegal. She's moving all over the place. Now let me just walk into her there and allow the shot to happen. Yeah, none of this. Well, let me see here. None of this is legal. Right. And again, Alyssa, and by the way, there's the assist, right? The handoff that we always talk about. That's how. And let me just go now. Walk into Lexi Hull again. There are 3 fouls. The official has the same view I have basically, and then Dewana Bonner is chirping at Lexi Hull. Dewana Bonner is a POS. She is one of the most garbage human beings I've ever come across in my life. I just thought I would like to add that, and then she's going to chirp at Lexi Hull because she needed 3 illegal picks to get off a shot. But yeah, I just thought this was really interesting by Caitlin Clark. I wanted to hear what y'all had to think about it because this, to me, is 100% accurate, and it's one of the reasons that the WNBA has never put out a product that people enjoy. These players don't work on it. The skill level's not there, and they don't work to improve it. They don't work on their basketball IQ. They're not breaking things down. They're not watching film. This is why these players struggle to play a read and react type offense with Caitlin Clark because they have no idea what they're doing and they don't bother to learn. But yeah, for me, this I absolutely believe this was a shot at her coach, and it was a shot at players in general and the quality of the. I don't want to say the quality of the player, but their quality in terms of wanting to get better. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for being here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.